In a quiet corner of Florida, in a small motel that smells of cleaning products and old carpet, a boy named Rob Horton wakes up every morning and carries something heavier than any 12-year-old should have to carry. His mother died a few months ago. He was there. He remembers the funeral, standing in the crowd of adults in their dark clothes, feeling completely alone in a way that had nothing to do with the number of people around him. The grief did not go away after the funeral. It does not work like that. It settled into him instead, deep and permanent, like something that has decided to stay. Rob does not talk about it. He does not talk about much of anything. One morning, he wakes early and wanders into the forest behind the motel before the school bus comes. The forest is quiet and still in the way that only early mornings are quiet, the kind of silence that feels like the world has not started yet. Rob walks slowly between the tall trees, his mind somewhere else, his feet moving on their own. He is thinking about his mother the way he is always thinking about his mother. Not in a focused way, but in the background way. The way you are always aware of a bruise even when you are not pressing on it. Then he stops. In a clearing between the trees, beside an abandoned wooden cabin that looks like it has not seen a human being in years, there is a cage. And inside the cage is a tiger. Not a small tiger, not a zoo tiger safely behind glass with a placard explaining its Latin name. A real tiger, massive and still and completely, unavoidably present. Rob and the tiger look at each other across the clearing for a long moment. The tiger has already seen him. Rob's heart is hammering against his ribs. He takes one step back, then another. Then he turns and runs through the trees all the way back to the motel without stopping. He grabs his backpack and catches the school bus like it is a normal morning. It is not a normal morning. It is the morning he found a tiger in the woods, which is not the kind of thing you easily file away. The bus ride is its own specific kind of misery. There are boys on the bus who have decided that Rob is their project, not in any organized way, just in the careless, habitual way that some kids pick someone and keep picking them because nobody stops them. They mock him. He looks down and says nothing. This is the arrangement. He has been living inside it long enough that he barely registers it as something that could be different. Then the bus stops, and a new girl gets on. Her name is Sistine Bailey. The moment the bullies hear her name, they start laughing because that is what they do. They find whatever handle is available and pull on it. Sistine sits down with the particular dignity of someone who has decided that the people around her are not worth her full attention. She is angry in a way that Rob recognizes immediately. Not the surface anger of someone who has been mildly inconvenienced, but the deeper kind. The kind that comes from something real happening to a person and the person not being ready to put it down yet. In class, Rob's mind stays in the forest. He takes out a piece of paper and draws the tiger. Not trapped, not behind bars, but moving freely through open space, the way it would move if nobody had put a cage around it. While he draws, he thinks about his mother. She was good with her hands. She carved things from wood, small figures, animals, objects that held the specific patience of someone who understood that making something beautiful takes time. She taught Rob. He still carves. It is the one thing that makes his hands feel purposeful. The teacher calls his name. The principal wants to see him. Rob has a skin condition. His legs get red and raw and wounded in ways that look alarming to people who do not understand what they are looking at. Some parents at the school have apparently decided that alarming looking means contagious, and the principal has absorbed their concern. He tells Rob that he may need to stay home. He will be writing a letter to Rob's father. He speaks with the careful neutrality of someone who knows what he is doing is not quite right, but is going to do it anyway. Rob walks back through the hallway and passes a teacher whose books and papers have scattered across the floor. Without hesitation, he kneels and helps them gather their papers. This is simply who Rob is, someone who helps without being asked, quietly, without making it into anything. The teacher introduces herself as Miss Mills. She notices the drawing he is still carrying. She asks to see it. He hands it over slowly, the way shy people hand things to strangers. with the awareness that they are giving away something that matters to them. Miss Mills looks at the drawing for a long time. She tells him he is talented. She means it. She tells him to keep drawing and to come find her when he is back at school so he can show her more. Rob nods. He will remember this for a long time. The specific experience of being told by an adult that something he made has value.
When you come back, make sure to stop by and see me. Promise?
Yes, ma'am.
After school, he is standing outside the building when he sees Sistine being chased across the schoolyard by a group of kids who have apparently decided her name is still funny. She turns and punches one of them. The girl she hits is bigger and pushes her down hard. Rob runs toward them and tells the bullies to leave her alone. The bullies immediately redirect toward him, and he runs, which is the only sensible response when you are outnumbered and smaller than everyone involved. On the bus, Sistine sits down next to him. Her hair is a mess from the fight, and her clothes are dirty, and she is vibrating with a specific kind of frustrated energy. She tells him she hates this town. He listens. He tells him about his skin condition, quietly, without drama, just the facts of it. Sistine gets a look on her face like she is calculating something. She asks if she catches it whether she will have to stay home from school. He tells her it does not work that way. She cannot catch it. It's not contagious. She takes this news as a minor disappointment. Then she tells him that if he has to stay home, she will bring his homework. She says this simply, as a statement, like it is already decided. Rob has not had someone say something like that to him in a while. That evening, Rob's father reads the principal's letter and becomes furious, not at Rob, but at the situation, at the implication, at the fact that he has already explained this multiple times and nothing has changed. He decides Rob will stay home for a while. He injects medicine into Rob's leg with the practiced efficiency of someone who has been doing this long enough that it no longer feels strange. Then he goes to the kitchen. Rob goes to his room and carves. He makes a small wooden figure of Sistine. He does not think too hard about why. His hands just know what they want to make. He falls asleep thinking about the tiger. He dreams of Sistine riding the tiger through the forest, both of them moving fast through the trees, both of them completely free. Morning comes. Rob helps Willie, the motel's housekeeper, a warm and steady woman who has been around long enough to understand most things, with the cleaning. She gives him a piece of gum during their break. Later, the bus passes, and the bullies throw something at Rob through the window. It hits him in the ribs. He stands there, holding his side, and thinks about the tiger. Thinks about what it would mean to have something that powerful in your corner, something that can make the people who hurt you understand what fear actually feels like. Sistine gets off the bus and walks to him with his homework like she promised. He tells her about the tiger. The effect is immediate and total. Sistine wants to go right now. They go to his father's room to get her some clothes to change into first. While she waits, she looks around at the wooden figures Rob has carved. They are everywhere. Animals, people, small figures with specific gestures and expressions. She tells him that Michelangelo was a sculptor before he was a painter. She says this like she is giving him important information about himself. Then she finds the small wooden figure that looks exactly like her. She laughs. She says all of it is amazing. Rob does not know where to look. They head into the forest. When they reach the cage, both of them go quiet. The tiger is enormous and still and breathing and present in a way that is almost impossible to stand in front of without feeling something shift inside you. Sistine asks why it is here. Rob guesses it belongs to Beauchamp, the man who owns the motel. Sistine's jaw tightens immediately. She says it is wrong. She says it out loud like a verdict. Keeping a wild animal in a cage in the middle of the forest for no reason other than because you can is wrong, and the tiger deserves to be free. Rob agrees with her. He also knows it is not that simple. The cage has a strong lock. They have nothing to open it with. Then they hear Beauchamp's car. They run. Back at the motel, Rob introduces Sistine to his father, who is visibly glad his son has made a friend. Her mother comes to pick her up and scolds her for disappearing, and then notices the borrowed clothes and gets louder. Sistine gets in the car, still arguing. Rob watches them drive away and goes quietly back inside. The next morning, he asks Willie about animals in cages. She tells him about a green bird her father gave her when she was small. She loved that bird completely, but she could not stand watching it trapped. One day, she opened the cage and let it fly. Her father punished her badly and told her she had only made it food for a snake somewhere in the forest. Willie says she never regretted it. She says sometimes she still dreams about that bird flying free and singing somewhere in the sky. She says this with the particular peace of someone who made a difficult choice and made their peace with the consequences. Beauchamp finds Rob that same day and makes him an offer. He has a rare animal that needs feeding and care. He does not want to do the work himself. He asks if Rob wants to help and earn some money. Rob already knows exactly what animal he means. He plays along. They go to the cabin. Rob pretends to see the tiger for the first time. Beauchamp shows him how to feed it. While demonstrating, the tiger lunges at the cage. Beauchamp falls over backward in terror. Rob bites the inside of his cheek to keep from laughing. Beauchamp composes himself, hands Rob the keys and a bag of raw meat, and tells him it is his job now. On the way back, the tiger sprays waste directly onto Beauchamp. The man shouts and runs. Rob watches him go. Before they part, Beauchamp stops and gives Rob a warning. Absolute silence. Nobody can know about the tiger. If anyone finds out, there will be serious consequences. Ms. Mills drives past at that exact moment and slows down. She asks what is going on. Rob tells her everything is fine. Beauchamp tells her to mind her own business. She drives away, but not before reminding Rob to come find her when he's back at school. Beauchamp warns Rob again and leaves. Rob stands outside the motel that evening with the keys in his hand and one question that will not leave him alone. Should he use them? Sistine comes back the next day, despite her mother's explicit instructions that she is not allowed to. She wants to see the tiger again. When they reach the cage, Rob tells her everything. Beauchamp, the keys, the meat, the whole arrangement. The effect on Sistine is like watching a door fly open. She says this changes everything. They have the keys now. They can free it. The time is now. Rob is not sure. He thinks about Willie's bird and what happened after. He tries to explain. The tiger has been in captivity. It may not know how to survive on its own. Freedom is not always the same as safety. Sistine refuses this entirely. She says the tiger is wild and belongs in the wild and will figure out what to do when it gets there. The argument grows. Sistine grabs the cage bars and shakes them in frustration. Then the frustration breaks into something else and she starts to cry. Not the angry kind of crying, but the deeper kind. The kind where something underneath the anger has finally given way. Rob sits beside her and waits. When she's calmer, she reaches up and pulls the canvas off the top of the cage so the tiger can feel the open air and see the sky above it. It is not freedom, it is something small, and it's the best she can do right now. They stay until the stars come out, lying on the ground beside the cage watching the sky while the tiger rests nearby. Then they walk back to the motel and run into Willie. Sistine speaks to her rudely, worn out from the day and raw. Willie does not react with anger. She talks to Sistine the way someone talks when they have been through enough of their own hard things to recognize hard things in other people. She tells her she understands. She also tells her that anger alone will not fix anything, that she cannot keep acting out of it, that life will not solve her problems for her. She has to learn to face things differently. Sistine is completely silent for once. Willie gets in her car and drives away, and the two kids watch her go. Rob goes inside. His father is waiting with the bag of raw meat. He is furious, not at Rob specifically, but at what he assumes is Beauchamp mocking them, sending rotten meat as if they were desperate enough to eat anything. He throws the bag against the wall. He tells Rob he wants to be left alone. Rob goes outside and carves another figure in the quiet, which is the only thing he knows how to do when everything feels too large to hold. The next morning, he gives Willie a small carved wooden bird as a gift. Her face when she receives it is the face of someone being seen. Sistine arrives again against all rules. Her mother's anger is growing. She does not care. She tells Rob they should ask Willie what to do about the tiger. They find Willie and explain everything. Willie does not believe them until they take her to the cage. She stands in front of the tiger and her face hardens. She says this is exactly the kind of thing Beauchamp would do. She agrees it is wrong, and then she says what Rob has been afraid to hear confirmed, that freeing the tiger may not be the right decision to do, regardless of how wrong the captivity is. The tiger has been living in captivity. It may not survive on its own. Sometimes the right decision and the safe decision are not the same thing, and that is exactly why this is not a decision two children should make alone. Sistine explodes. She says wild animals belong in the wild. She is seeing when her father comes, and she is certain he will agree with her and help her. Her father is the person she believes in more than anyone, the anchor she keeps returning to whenever the world is not what she needs it to be. Rob says something quiet and careful and honest. He tells her that maybe her mother is right about her father. Maybe he is not exactly the person she has been expecting. Sistine looks at him like he has struck her. She tells him she hates him. She ends the friendship out loud, with words, and walks away. Rob stands in the empty space she left behind. Willie gently tells him to come back to the motel with her. He starts walking. Then he looks up and sees Sistine still walking through the trees in the distance. He runs. He catches up to her and tells her he has changed his mind. He says he is ready to free the tiger. She does not believe him. He says it again. He says he is doing it for their friendship because some things matter more than being careful.
Beauchamp's car appears on the road before they can move. He gives Rob new instructions and mentions he has business with Rob's father and drives away. The moment his car disappears, both children are already moving. They run through the forest. They reach the cage. Rob takes out the keys and works through the padlocks one by one, hands steady, heart not steady at all. The door swings open. The tiger rises slowly, adjusts to the open space in front of it, and walks forward. It stops beside the two children. They stand completely still. Rob and Sistine each reach out and touch its fur for one brief, impossible second. Warm, rough, real. Then the tiger turns and walks into the trees. A sound rolls out from deep in its chest, traveling through the forest air, and then it is gone. Rob and Sistine stand looking at the empty cage. Then a gunshot splits the air. Sistine grabs Rob's arm. They run toward the road and find the tiger on the ground. Rob's father is there. Beauchamp is on the ground beside him, knocked down. The story comes out in pieces, and the truth is not what Rob feared. Beauchamp had pulled a gun on his father. There was a struggle. The shot was never meant for the tiger. It happened in the chaos of something that was never supposed to happen at all. But Rob is 12 years old, and the tiger is dead, and his father is standing there, and the grief of everything, his mother, the months of silence, the skin that will not heal, the boys on the bus, all of it, comes up at once. He runs at his father and pushes him. He shouts that he hates him. He shouts that he does not want to live with him. And then he says the thing he has needed to say for months, the thing that has been sitting in him like a stone. He tells his father to say his mother's name. He tells him that since the day she died, he has never once said her name out loud, and Rob needs to hear it. The silence before his father speaks is the longest silence Rob has ever waited through. Then his father says it. Caroline, just her name out loud, in the open air, where it has not been allowed to exist since she died. His father breaks completely. He pulls Rob into him and holds him, and the crying that comes from both of them is not the controlled kind. Willie puts her arms around Sistine. Beauchamp gets up from the ground and walks away without a word. Nobody watches him go. Willie looks at Rob afterward and notices something that makes her smile despite everything. The wounds on his legs look better. Not healed, but better, like something in them has begun to close. They say goodbye to the tiger. Then they walk back together through the trees. Sistine turns to Rob and apologizes for the things she said. She tells him he is the best friend she has ever had. He hands her the drawing he made of the tiger the morning all of this began. She looks at it for a long time and tells him it is beautiful. He tells her she can keep it. She leans over and kisses him on the cheek. They walk out of the forest side by side. The tiger is gone. The cage is empty. The forest is quiet again. And two children who arrived at this place carrying grief and anger and the specific loneliness of people who have not yet found someone who understands them walk back into the world a little lighter than they were before. Freedom means something different to everyone, and maybe, in the end, the tiger was not the only one who needed to be let out. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe to Scene Scout for more.